Morning, everyone. Hope everyone's well on this crappy weathered morning up in the northwest. That's my weather report for today. It's chucking it down. It's horrible. It's overcast. That's it. I'm not even getting up for it today. Morning to you all, though. Hope everyone's okay this morning after the let's just say dismal. I'm not going to go down that route this morning. We are in that route, and we'll go down that route, but we're not going to go down that route. But yeah, dismal performance last night that's caused a massive reaction, if you like, within the fan base. I think people are just starting to realise what a lot of us have been saying over the past weeks and months, that this Spurs team is not good enough. But we will get into that part of it deeper, because what I will say is, if these players have got anything to give as far as getting Spurs out of the situation that we're currently in, which is now the one game swing, which I've been talking about for a long time, the time's got to be for a manager change. And it's got to be now, as in now. Yeah, and give that person as much time as possible, especially with the international break coming up as well. If they don't change, then, well, they deserve everything they get anyway, because all they're trying to do is dig themselves out of an hole, which they've been trying to do for the past however many weeks, since they, negated the January transfer window. Let's say that. And left it at least, 4-6 weeks too late for a manager change then, originally. But there you go. Look, we are where we are. We'll get into it, but we'll talk about it. Anything that you want to say, get it in the chat. If you've got questions, just stick a Q by it, and I'll star it, and we'll come to it. Or if we talk about the subject, I'll bring the question in. Well, you know me. I'll be as honest as I can be. So big up to everyone for being in it. The like button, hit the sub button. We're exactly 60 away now from 1,000. Had a great show last night. I think we finished at midnight in the end. But it was really, really good. Really good. Nice to see people coming on and saying what they think at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. The evening shows are your shows. So, it is what it is. Yeah, that was me, by the way. Happy days. Big up to Lee. May the force be with you. Come on, you Spurs. It's always come on, you Spurs, Lee. Whatever's happening, kid, it's always come on, you Spurs. It's Lee saying the word on the street is Redknapp Sherwood Defoe. Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a bit, Lee. We'll get to that. We'll talk about that. Sporting's in. Morning to you, mate. He says, good morning. Good morning, chat. I won't ask how you're feeling. Tottenham Hotspurs let us down. The fans, the history, the players, past and present, and that famous crest. I think that comment says a lot. And he also says you have to get these owners out as soon as possible. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Hello to Lee. Hope you're well, Lee. Hope you're well. And Scott is in. Morning to Scott. Yeah, Mark's at work, Scott. But he'll be listening in. And if he's got signal, he'll be in the comments somewhere. Just keep an eye out for him. If he's not, you'll see him on the next evening show probably, which may well be tonight. We'll see. Scott also says we're the worst team in the league. He's not wrong, is he? It's there on current form. It's there for everyone to see. So it's, it's fact, isn't it? It's a fact. But the thing is, it's not like it's been for the last couple of months and we've ended up going mid-table into this. This has been going on for a long, long time. A long time. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. That's what I still can't get my head around it. I still can't get my head around it. I think I got to bed at 1:45 this morning. I probably woke up about 5 times, when you've woke up in the night and you turn over or whatever. And I was up at 10 to 6 this morning. And I've been sitting in the front room. And then as soon as you sit down again, you wake up, a cup of tea or whatever, go and sit down in the front room. And straight away, as soon as I sat down, I hadn't even had a mouthful of tea and my head's going round again. Away we go again. Like it never even stopped. It is what it is, isn't it? What can you do? Yeah. The thing is, the worst thing is, I think it's that now the situation that we're in, we're so far out of control in so many aspects of the football club that it looks like to us that we're just not going to get out of it. We're seeing other teams that are down there, and even Wolves who are out of it as such, not mathematically, but, it's difficult to see how they get out of it. But even they're showing the sort of grit and the sort of fight and the determination that's required, because we all know there's ways, even if you're playing the better teams, you have to have a bit of luck. You have to have a bit of luck. There's no doubt about that. But there are ways to beat these teams. There's ways to beat any team in a league. But unfortunately, due to, we can say injuries, that's one. Yeah, because it has been horrific. But I don't think that's neither here nor there at the end of the day. The squad's the squad. Yeah, may it have been different if those 10, 11, 12 players had been available all season? Very possibly it may have been different, slightly maybe. Maybe we wouldn't be in the position we're in now. We'd have still been a mid-table to, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, that sort of thing. Because we've got no one can score any goals. But yeah, Scott, I agree. At the end of the day, when you think about it, the money that's for them, that's at stake now, they're knackered, aren't they? And when they're knackered, we're knackered as fans. And I still maintain that there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way, because these players, I'm telling you, right, they're not great as a collective. Individually, there's a few, but so many have down tools now. So many have down tools. You can see by the look on people's faces. You can see in their play. And this is not all of them, by the way. Some of them in different aspects. Something's definitely up because, as poor as Xavi Simons has been, right, and don't get me wrong, he has been poor. He has, I don't know, improved a little bit of late. Started running with the ball a bit more. But the trouble is, once he starts running with it, there's no one else up there with him, and he ends up running into a roadblock 9 times out of 10. So it makes him look poor. And again, I'm not making excuses for him because he has been poor. Right? But whether you think he gives a shit or not, there ain't no one else that's going to give you any creativity. And again, not that he's given us much, but he can't give you anything if he's not on the pitch. But again, you go across to the manager. He must be seeing something for him not to include Xavi. And I think Gallagher. Gallagher should have been alongside Paulinho for the start of this game and put him in his proper position, not out on the fucking right wing. Play him in his proper position. So, listen, look at Sousa last night. Poor kid. Right? Just as an example, last night. Big game for him last night. Managers had the trust in him. Yeah? He's seen those little bits that he wanted to see, which, again, nothing fantastic, but he's looked okay. When he's come on, when he's been on, he looks okay. So he's got on last night, right? As usual, the first thing that we're talking about is, yeah, let them know that we're about, yeah? His challenge was a millisecond late, but my God, did Muniz know that he was about? He took a yellow for it. But, I mean, it's not like it was late. It was a millisecond. If you watch the replay, he's nearly there. He's that close. And Muniz gets the touch and then he has him. But it's neither here nor there. I just thought Sousa last night looked up for it. Couple of nice touches, a tasty tackle, took the yellow, and I think he was setting the tone for us, to be honest with you, because no one else was doing it. He gave Muniz a clump, let him know he was there. But unfortunately, he got taken off after the VDV red card, which we'll also talk about. Let me just keep banging through the chat. If I've said hello to you, I'll just miss your comments for a bit, just so we don't get too deep. Steve, big up to you, Steve. Morning. He says, morning, everybody. I was at the game last night. Yeah, cheers for your listening in, Steve, by the way, while you was there. That was nice. Cheers for that. And literally slumped in my seat at half time and genuinely had tears in my eyes because of the state we are in right now. And Steve, I'm not being funny, mate, right? You know, people say, oh, it's just a football team, mate. It's not. It's like having another kid. That's what it's like, because you grow up with it all your life. And it don't matter how shit they are, how good they are, how average they are. Whatever your owners are doing they're our club. And Spurs fans need to remember, right? Whoever you want to say, Enoch, Tavistock, whoever's, you know, purse stringing, they own the club. But, you know, they're the custodians, but we own the club. And their time's up at the end of the day. Their time's up. And it's just best for everyone that they do one and take their money and be reasonable about it and get lost, because everything's broken. Everything's broken. When you get to the point that you get to the players on the pitch performing like they have been, and I'll just use the last 3 games as an example, the 3 derbies that we've had, or the London clubs that we've played. And when you look at all of those 3 games, overall, obviously there's little aspects in a game, but overall, you've seen the same thing for 3 games. And I've got to say that level of performance, you know, once maybe, let's take it in order. So you go up against Arsenal. Again, they're the best team. You can't say they're not. It is what it is, right? So you go up against them. You get beat 4-1. They don't get out of second gear, yeah? But we look like we haven't got the fight. We look like we haven't got the passion. So that's fine. So that's that game, right? So you're thinking, right, next game, there's got to be a reaction to that. There's got to be. There's no ifs, no buts, no maybes, right? Even if it's 3 or 4 of them that you see something different from, there's got to be a reaction. So I'm thinking, okay, it was Arsenal. For whatever reason, they didn't turn up, but they've got to be turning up against Fulham after that. They're away. They haven't got 62,000 to please. They've got however many it was that was at Fulham. Didn't turn up. Apart from the little spell when the subs came on. But didn't turn up. So then we get to last night. You know, people were asking me, Mark, what's the score going to be? 3-1 Palace. And that's that. I'm not saying that because it was right. That was what I said. Why are you not backing Spurs, Mark? Because they're not going to win. On the evidence that I've seen, they're not going to win. 3-1 Palace. No effort again. Nothing again. Disgraceful from some again. I can't accept, and this is me, sorry for going on again, I'll get to the comments again in a second. I can't accept, and again, football's changed, it's not like it was. I'm an old git, remember? But I can't accept players at Tottenham that at the very least have got a bit of something about them for the badge. And I'll caveat it with, I know it's changed. Football's changed. But they're not even playing as a team. You see them last night and they're looking at each other. And you know, there was a little bit over on the right and Porro done something and someone passed the pot and it went out of play. There's just no connections there. Look, we are where we are. I'll tell you where I am, right? Unfortunately for Igor, you know, it hasn't worked out. Again, the club have made a mistake, bringing in a manager that didn't have the Premier League experience. But he can't stay. He can't stay. Not if we're going to get out of this. Because every game we play while he's in charge, and again, it's not his fault. He's been dumped right in the middle. I've already told you, I guarantee you, he didn't know how deep this was at this club. He thought he was just coming in to, tinker with a football team a bit and get them winning. But I think obviously he knows stuff that he can't say in the press that may well come out at a later date. Unless he blows up. Perhaps he's going to blow a gasket. Who knows? But he's lost. He is absolutely lost. He doesn't know what to do. And that's why you're seeing what he's doing in the games, putting square pegs in round holes. Because he did it again last night. I don't think he knows what to do. I think he's trying to change certain things to see if there then is a reaction. And it hasn't worked, unfortunately. Steve says, VDV, never want to see in a Spurs shirt again. Last 3 games, you've been captain and shown no leadership skills and no fight. Maybe we'll talk about that in a bit, Steve, if we get time, mate. Scott saying it. The likes yet? Please do, everyone. Let's get us up to 50 straight away, if you don't mind. Hit that like button for us and hit the sub if you haven't. 60 away from 1,000 when we started the show. So yeah, it'll be great. The sooner we get there, the better. It's a big what do you call it? When you get to 1,000, it's like that's your first big aim, big aim, So we'll get there and we can get that off our back and we can get on with building this channel. Because again, it's you lot that make the channel. We just sit here talking. But it's also your show twice a week as well. When you can come on and have your say. Big up to Wembers. Morning to you, mate. He says, I'm as pessimistic as it could possibly be when it comes to Spurs. But even I couldn't imagine the disaster that was about to befall us when we took the lead last night. VD out, 1 or 3. I believe it's 3. Wembley. A straight red 3-game ban, isn't it? So, I mean, if anyone knows any different, please put it in the chat. As far as I know, it's a 3-game ban. Big up to you, Wembers. As Spurs in, big up, Az. He says, we're heading for the championship next season. It looks like it, mate, but listen, what I will say is, look, I'll get this out of the way now. Right? We're all very negative at the moment, me included. We're all down in the dumps. We can't see where a point's coming from. Right? After time, we can't even see where a bloody goal's coming from. Right? As it stands at the moment, look, there's no beating about the bush. Right? I'm not going to beat about the bush because we are this. Okay? We are the Realism channel. As it stands right now, there's 27 points to play for. Now, a lot of people's heads at home, they're going, that's 27 points lost then. Right? We are down in the dumps. We're all looking at our football club. Oh, my God, it's bollocks. We all are. And listen, we probably are. Right? But regardless of what you think, and trust me, I'm not happy clapping, but I'm sorry to use that term, but I'm not trying to make something that could happen, and I'm saying it's going to happen. What I'm saying is that regardless of the situation that's going on right now in the dressing room and all the other crap throughout the club, right, we've got 9 games to save ourselves. Now, this is from the point of view as a fan that I'm coming across with this. And mine is, the manager's got to go, unfortunately, for him, right? And we need someone in who can at least understand Tottenham, know what Tottenham's about, and in a very short time frame, in some way, shape or form, get into some of these players. Because look, people, they're bad, right? But they ain't even trying. Let me tell you. Sorry, I'm pointing at the telly. They're not even trying. So everyone will have a different way that they would do things. For me, get rid of Tudor. Sorry, Igor. Listen, and again, I don't blame Igor. You know, I blame some of his selections, but I don't think it would have made a lot of difference when you see the desire from our players. I really don't think it would have made a lot of difference. But he's got to go. And for me, there's only one old age pensioner that's got even a 1% chance of getting this club out of trouble. And you all know who that is. You all know who I think, Harry Redknapp. 9 games. It's 27 points. Listen, he probably can't. But as a fan and as someone who, again, understands other people's points of view about going down, hopefully they sell, we can then start again. I get all of that and I understand it. It's not like, oh my God, what are you talking about? I get it. I get the point. Maz's point, Stell's point. I get it. But unfortunately, I personally are just one of them fans that don't want to get relegated. As much as I want them out, that's just me. It's just how I feel. I don't want my club to go down. I never have done, and I never will do. So, regarding the circumstances of it, I understand that side of it. The side of going down and rebuilding and hopefully getting Enoch out, and because there's no guarantees. So I see the point. I get it. I absolutely do get it. Again, I'm just one of them fans. I do not want my football club to disappear. Sorry if it all sounds very speechy, and you know, again, I'm one of them. I have to let it out because I just struggle with it badly. It affects me, and I just have to talk about it because I can't believe where we are. Well, I can believe it, but I can't believe it, if you know what I mean. Rodney says we're going down. Big up to you, Rodders. Sorry if I miss anyone's comments, just so I can catch up a little bit. F. Sanks in, he says, big up to you, mate. He says, RIP Spurs. Swift is in. He says it's not over yet. We'll come to that. We'll touch on that. Joey's in. Morning, Joey. And still the delusional think relegation isn't happening. Morning all. I don't want to be the one that says I told you so, but I told you so. Listen, Joe, I think we're going, mate, right? I just want us to have every chance, if you understand what I mean. Like, get some Tottenham people in that dressing room for 9 games, mate, as shit as the players are, as they have been, as you know, we know some of them have down tools. Some of them are out and gone already. They're not even here anymore. They don't give a fuck what happens to the club. But we're in the position that we're in now. This is where we are now. So, like, my thinking now is, look, as it stands, on what you're seeing, we're going down. The form table tells you we're going down. There's no bees or bones about it. In the current status and the current form of this football team, no one can tell me, not one person can tell me categorically. They might be able to tell me with a bit of hope in their heart, but no one can tell me that we're staying up on what they're seeing, when everyone else that's around you, that's sucking you in, are at least playing with a bit of fight and determination and trying. And that's why I say 9 games to go, get Harry Redknapp in. A lot of you go, oh, Mark, it's too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. And again, as shit as we think they are, and I've castigated most of them. I really have. All I'm trying to do is think of a solution to Tottenham not going down. And again, Harry could come in, work his magic, and he don't get us out of it. Fine. We all know he probably won't get us out of it. I'm saying give him the chance to get us out of it. That's all. It probably wouldn't work. But as a fan, I'm coming at it from a fan that doesn't want Tottenham Hotspur to disappear. Morning to Pete. Hope you're well, mate. John's in. He's at work eating the old bacon roll. Up to you. Big up to you as well, John. Big up, John. I hope you're good. I hope everyone's good this morning. It's very depressing this morning, to be honest with you, when you look at the scheme of what's going on. It's shocking. Really, really shocking. Big up to you, Pete. Yeah, he'll be all right, mate. He'll be all right. Kate's in. Good morning to you, Kate, as well. Big up to you, Kate. Jimmy's in. Morning to you, Jim. Yes, chucking it down, Jim, isn't it? I just went up and chucked the bin out before the show. And yeah, it's not very nice out there. Henry Wrong says these players don't deserve to wear the badge. There's no fight from them. Absolutely agree. Agreed. Swifty, hit the like and sub. You can get your super chat. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, you can. You can join as a member too. I've no doubt Swifty will put that further down. Yep, there it is. It's all there for you if you want to do it. It's entirely up to you lot. Logan's in. Big up to you, Logan. Morning to you. Morning, everyone. Big up. Sorry I didn't stick around last night for the post-match show. I was very pissed off, mate. Look, everyone deals with things in their own way, Logan. I have to talk about it. Then I sleep on it. Then I come in again in the morning. Because it's just good for me to talk about it. And let me tell you, don't think, life goes on, right? Life goes on. You've got a missus, you've got stuff going on in your life, and there's nothing to do with Spurs. But don't think when bye everyone for today, and I go out of this room and that Spurs is off of my mind, because it's not. It really ain't. My missus will tell you that. And she has to listen to me, and she's a United fan. Big up, Logan. Big up to Ghosted. Oh, you well, mate? Dominic's in. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're talking about it, Dom. We're talking about it. Big up to you. Oh, Joey says he left just before half time. Poor Joe. I know it was bad, mate. It was terrible. We were awful, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, Sporting. Drewler's in. Morning to Drewler. Says morning, Cookie and chat. Gloom and doom. Palace beat us. Now we're in a relegation scrap. The club's in a right mess right now. And as you all know, yeah, I've always said to you, look, we are, since December, we're on our way. Right, again, that was what I thought. That was my personal opinion. Not in December, we're going down, but we're heading towards relegation fight. So I all said to all of you, look, that's fine. We're all right until we get within a game swing. And then have we got the bollocks? Well, we're going to find out now. We're going to find out now because now we're within a game. Right, and this is why I say there's 9 games, change the manager, get Harry in, get the people around him, give him the lodge, give him some of the lodge for his family, get Jamie down, yeah, get whoever, Defoe, whoever, get Glenn Hoddle in if he wants a little advisory role, someone who can go in the dressing room, speak to players, try and get them to understand. I don't know. Listen, I'm clutching at straws. Big straws. Just trying to find a way to get us out of this mess. Pete says nobody can blame Joey leaving at half time after that. Listen, I've got no doubt there'll be people maybe in this chat and in other chats, if this comment was seen, yeah, you're not a real fan, you're not this, you're not that. It's, look, people pay their money to get in and they're entitled to walk out whenever they want. And that's it. Whether it's for whatever the reason is, if people think they're watching something that they're not happy with, whether they're paid with it or not, they're going to go off and do something else, aren't they? If they looking at and thinking, look, this ain't going to change. We're only 40 minutes in. We've got, rest of the second. Nah, I'm off. See you later. It's their choice to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that as far as I'm concerned. Stephen says, who is in the boat can stay. He's obviously talking about the Titanic. There you go. There you go, Lee. You was a bit late, Lee. I was getting worried, to be fair. I did make a little note. Lee, breakfast. Because Stokesy was straight in this morning. No messing about. Cookie, bacon roll for breakfast. It's the competition of who's getting in firstly, isn't it? You know what I mean? Bring a bit of joy to our mornings every morning. But pastries for Lee today. Big up to you, Lee. I hope you're good, mate. Drewler says the weather's like how she feels today. F-Sank says Tudor needs to be sacked today. Not one more training session, not one more game. He's clueless. Alfie says relegation's been confirmed. This manager 100% doesn't get a point, let alone a win if we keep him. Pete, I understand, Pete. Yeah, I am clutching, mate. I'm clutching because nothing's impossible, Pete. No, in life, nothing's impossible. We're only going on what we're seeing. That tells us we ain't getting out of it. So somewhere I've got to keep finding flickers, Pete, until we can't get out of it. And then I have to accept it. You'd be the same, Pete, if it was your lot. You would. Don't tell me now, if this was your lot now, yeah, you wouldn't be sitting at home racking your brains to think, what can I do here? What can I do that might even have the slightest change on what's going on. If it was your club, Pete, because that's what we're doing as our club. And I know you understand, you ain't stupid. And I'm clutching, mate. I am clutching. Right? Because if we carry on, we won't win another game this season. We really won't. Because you know what? I watched Palace last night and they done the correct stuff at the right time. Palace weren't nothing special last night. We was just awful. I know what you're saying, though, Pete. I get you. I'm just, like I say, I'm clutching, mate. I'm clutching because I don't want to go down. I don't want Tottenham to go down. And, again, it may happen. We go down. Yeah. And all the people that are saying, look, we need to go down to reset. And again, I understand all that. And I get it. I do get it. But I just don't want them to go down. And maybe they're right. That those people that say, look, they'll probably just say, look, we're fans too, Cookie. We're fans too, and we see it this way, which is fine. Like I say, I get it. I really do get it. I'm just in the other batch that say, whoa, hang on a minute. I know Enoch are wankers, and we get it, and we need a reset, and but I just haven't got it in me to say, look, if it happens, I'll get on board. You can all call me a flip-flop, whatever else. I'll get on board with it because once we're down, we're down. I can't change that then. And if it works out that, Enoch either put their money where their mouth is or they sell the club or whatever else, then we go down that road. It is what it is. I just don't want us to go down, Pete. I don't. Lee's saying get rid of Igor, this, that. And again, it's not Igor's fault. We're just trying to give ourselves a chance. Yeah, he has been at fault for his team selections. And I just think, again, I'll make it clear to everyone. There's a lot of people in here this morning. Yeah, I think he's been dropped in the middle of it because he is that recovery manager. He comes in, gets the points, gets lost. And I get it. Right. But I think he's been dumped in, hasn't realised the scale. Yeah. Because, he goes into dressing rooms, he lifts players or he does whatever he does. And 9 times out of 10, it's worked for him. But he's just been dropped in and he didn't get what we got. He just didn't get it. He's just been like, Igor, this is Tottenham here. Can you come and save us? Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow morning. See you. You know what I mean? And then when he's got here and he's seen them training, and then when he's got here and he's seen them a bit against the Gooners, and then into training again, probably before that, he's thought to himself, I'm in trouble here. What am I going to do? And I think what you've seen him doing is just trying something different because he knows or he thinks the players haven't got it in them. Perhaps after that first week, 10 days, after the Arsenal defeat and after seeing the reaction, perhaps he's thought to himself, I've never seen this before. What am I going to do here? I agree with you. So I'm not disagreeing with you, Sensible. I'm not. I'm not disagreeing with you. It is the players. It is the players. Again, I don't want to go down. That's me. So I'm looking at a solution as a solution for me, not necessarily for all of you. Yeah. All I know is, and again, I'm not being ultra positive or anything like that. I'm just looking for me as a Tottenham fan of 57 years that don't want the football club to go down and still with 27 points to play for. I'm just trying to find something. My last roll of the dice is Harry Redknapp. That's where I'm at with it. Others may come in with another name. Others might say, like, Sensible. Yeah? It don't matter, mate, because we're going down. And Sensible, I'm 99% with you. But why there's that 1% that miracle could happen, and by the way, shit that we've seen from Harry before, why there's that 1% chance, it don't cost us anything, does it, as fans? And it gives you that, it's just that little glimmer of hope, I suppose. I don't know. I'm with you. I'm 99% they haven't got it in them. Because they have been dross. Absolute rubbish. Jim, if he ain't gone today, then yeah, I think so. Unless he walks, which I don't know if he gets paid if he walks, who knows? I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if he walked, though. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if it'd do his reputation any good. I don't know. I just think, sometimes people can only take so much, and perhaps he'll blow a gasket and let it all out. Who knows? I think he's doing what all the other managers do. He can only say so much. He goes round the houses, and then you think to yourself, well, I know what you're saying, just spit it out. But I won't spit it out, because even he's got to toe the line to a certain extent. He's the manager. Got no doubt he had crap in his contract, what he can and can't say. Joe says, big up to you, mate. He says, for the club to progress, the board and club management need to understand that they lack the capacity to fix the mess that is this season. Yeah, well, they do lack the capacity, mate, don't they? I don't think they understand. It's even like with the director of football thing, unless they're lying to Lang, yeah, and they're going down that dual director of football route again. And it just doesn't work for Spurs. Just put someone in charge of it. Get a director of football and put them in charge. I don't know why Lang's still here anyway. And all the gooners that are in the club, get rid of all of them. All of them. Don't need them. Vinay's a waste of time. You've got the geezer that thinks it's funny being an Arsenal supporter, and it probably is for him. Oh, I can't have the badge close to me skin. What's that all about? What is that all about? What did you go for the job for? You must have thought that in the first place, surely. What an idiot. Listen, Joe, I don't think it changes under anyone, really. Again, I'm just trying to give us a chance. That's all. It's probably fairyland, mate. And I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. But just for a few more weeks, I need to be a little bit one of them clueless fans, because I want to see Harry Redknapp in and see what he can do. Again, the chances are 99% nothing. right? But why there's still a chance, Joe, and as a fan, you know, when we look at the table, as though we're Tottenham supporters and we can see what's going on the pitch. Again, we can see the other teams around us that are fighting and showing spirit that we're not showing. It is difficult to see how you get out of it, Joe. But it can happen. It's not like we're detached. It's whether the players can respond to anyone. Probably not. I'm with you, 99% again. But why there's that 1% chance? And my last throw of the dice, yeah, is Harry Redknapp with AN2 others. Get a load of Tottenham people in there. Just try. Just try. The chances are, Joe, again, you're right, it won't work. But just try. Because you're not going to achieve nothing the way we are now, mate. We're probably not going to make any difference. But they've got to do something. They can't just leave Igor there. It's pointless. Daniela says, as good as Archie Gray's performance was, a team has massive problem. If a 19-year-old, you best play in a relegation battle with a team that thinks it's a top 10 side. Yeah. Yeah. Big up to you, Alfie. Paul says, Cookie, you look and sound defeated. Mate, I'm not defeated. Paul, I'm just deflated. That's the right word to use. Listen, in the grand scheme of things, Paul, I am defeated as such. I think we all are. Or if you're not, you're well on your way. Like I say, we're not detached yet. We may well be in the bottom three come the Liverpool game or after the Liverpool game, whatever way you want to look at it, when the fixtures are done. And this is why I say now, I think we'll all agree in here, it's probably and I'll be on the generous side, 5% chance we win at Liverpool, right? It's probably a lot less than that, by the way. I'm just saying, let's say. So that's 95%, yeah, Liverpool or a draw or whatever, probably to Liverpool. Can't be bothered working out odds at the minute. Right, so let's say the majority of us in here say Liverpool's a defeat. Right? So get Igor out now, get Harry in now. The chances are it'll still be a defeat. But it gives him 5-6 days to start what he's going to do, if he can do anything. He starts the process straight away, whatever his process is. Give him as much of a chance and give him, you know, he's going to get what? If 9 games, isn't he? 27 points. And to me, why you've still got a chance, yeah, and again, for everyone, as bad as we all know it is, the whole thing, especially on the pitch, while there's a chance, as a fan, not as a YouTuber, we're done. We're done as a YouTuber, yeah, but as a fan, as a Tottenham fan, you've got to try everything. And he's the last role for me. I'm sure there'll be other names mentioned. Let's whiz through this a little bit because, oh my God, we're nearly an hour behind. So, okay, we're going. We're not shutting up shop yet. Don't you worry, peeps. We're carrying on. We're not going anywhere. No. And again, I've just explained it. I won't go through it again, Ghosted, but yeah. Yeah. I can't say anything to that. It's 99% yeah. There isn't a manager that gets anything out of these mugs. Daz says we're doomed. Big up to you, Daz. Big up to you, mate. Again, sorry if I miss anyone's comments. Big up to Daniel. These players gave up on us, so I've given up on them. Never give up, Daniel. As shit it is, mate. As shit as it is, don't give up, man. None of you give up. Ghosted says players are clearly not executing any manager chat. They're not even trying. Ghosted. They're not even trying. Andy's in. Big up to you, Andy. YouTube member, moderator. Big up to you, mate. The club deserves everything that is coming, but the fans don't. We deserve so much better for the support we have all given over the years. Andy, again, what can I say? What can I say? They've just walked straight into it, mate, because they ain't got a Scooby-Doo about football. They ain't got a Scooby. It's almost like they're doing the thing. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry about the football. It'll take care of itself. You're all right. We're not going anywhere. Now it's come to this. And they ain't got nowhere to go except another manager change. And this is why I say about the protests. Yeah. If we're not going to do, I haven't heard anything. So in inverted commas, if something has been sorted, I haven't heard about it yet. But for me now, let them do their thing. Don't get involved. Only as a fan, go to the stadium, do your thing. I'll be going to the stadium for one of the games. I'll get a ticket and travel down. And then I can say I've done my bit then. Not just through a telly screen. I've been there. And I'll support while I'm in the ground because I don't want them to go down. Yeah, 99% again, they're going with what we've seen. They're going. But again, 27 points to play for, change the manager. Where you wouldn't normally hear me saying this type of stuff because I think, we'd say a manager needs time, but these players have had the time. We've gone through 3 managers. For whatever the reasons are, they're gone, or one of them's still here. But it has to be changed to have even that 1% chance. Get some Tottenham boys in there. That's the only suggestion that I can make. Anthony's in. Big up to you, Anthony. Yeah, we've got no fight. Too relaxed. Think they're too good to go down. Whatever the reason, Anthony, I just don't know. I don't know either, Daniela. I don't know either. All I'm saying is have a go. Have a go. I think we're doomed too. I just don't want to be too negative about it while we've got a chance. Daz is saying Tudor's press conference, he ain't for Spurs. Again, Daz, he's lost, mate. He's away with the fairies. He don't know what to do. It's that bad, mate. He don't know what to do. He ain't seen shit like this at Tottenham. When I'm talking, he's come in to do the football. His remit was, this is your job, bang. Nothing else. No, there wouldn't have been nothing else. This is your job, bang. Get on with it. If you want it, it's yours. And then as the first week's unfolded and the second week, because I saw it in him last week. Was it after the Fulham game? Oh, after the Fulham game, it may have been. And he just looked lost. He almost looked like he didn't have a Scooby. Let's have a look. Dennis is in. Big up to you, Dennis. Oh, they're talking between each other. There you go. Carl's in. Morning to you, Carl. Hope you're well, mate. Phil's in. Big up to you, Phil. Yeah, I hope your throat's a bit better, mate. Phil, we'll have a call in, Phil. It might be tonight. I'll see what Sheriff's doing. I'll see what he's doing. I may sort something out for tonight while it's still fresh in everyone's mind, so we can talk about it later on. We'll see who's on later on. If it's busy, we'll leave it. But we'll leave it till Saturday. But I don't expect it to be too busy on a Friday night because we played on a Thursday, haven't we? So we'll see, though. We'll see who's about. And I'm sure there'll be a few of you want to come on. Phil, I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're all right, mate. 65 years is in. 60 on Richie, 60 on Solanke, but nobody scores goals. They're no fucking good, mate, are they? They're not good enough. There you go. Spot on, Daniela. Spot on. Not one torpedo hit the ship. You've had 5 or 6. It is what it is, Daniela, isn't it? It is what it is. The squad's what it was. The injuries are what they are. And by the way, again, not blaming injuries. I'm not. But they are what they are. The squad's what it is. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. The players are not good enough. They're not putting it in. And if you're not doing the thing that, you're wearing the shirt of the club. I know it's changed. Again, I'll keep going back to that. I know football's changed. Yeah. You can call them what you want. But it's not good enough. End of story, is it? Where are we? Marianne's in. Good morning to you, Marianne. As good a morning as possible. Taking the circumstances into account, Cookie, and all in the chat. There you go. Good morning to you, Marianne. Sporting's asking, does anyone think Tudor did any research before taking the Tottenham job? I only cast because I don't think he did. He obviously didn't look deep enough. Or perhaps he was told, Paratici. Hang on a sec. I don't think I've got the StreamYard, mate. I don't think I've got the link. No, I don't think I have. All I can say is, Danny, see if you can get hold of Sheriff, because he'll have the link for it. Try and give him a ring. If you've got Sheriff's number, you're more than welcome. But that's the only way I can do it, because he hasn't left the link with me, and he sets the shows up. So you can do that, mate. You're more than welcome. Alan's saying it's the Spuds Joke Club. There you go. Can't really answer that, can we? It is what it is. Wayne's in. Morning to Wayne. Morning, folks. Hope you're all well. Gutted for Sousa last night. Thought he was playing well till he got subbed because VDV got the silly red. Yep, absolutely. I thought he was doing all right, mate. To be fair, Wayne, I thought he was doing all right. Keep hitting that like button, people. Keep hitting that sub button if you haven't. On the way to 1,000. The shows will keep coming as long as you're here to watch it at the end of the day. It's as simple as that. There you go. Getting trolled by Brentford fans. What's going on here? What's going on here? John's saying Gray was his man in the match, yet he's getting slated. Listen, he may well have been, mate, but the standard's not good, John, is it? The standard's not good, mate, is it, at the end of the day? No disrespect to Archie Gray, but we were just rubbish, mate. Gray was all right. He was okay, wasn't he, John? But, he stood out because the rest of them were fucking so shit, mate. Unfortunately. Yeah, he did, Wayne. He just went and, done his bits, and it was what it was. But, for me, he wasn't, he was Spurs' best player. There you go. I can just put it like that. The best of a bad bunch still that's the way, Wayne, isn't it? I suppose you've got to have standards at the end of the day. And if that's the standard that we're looking at, then we're bollocks, mate, for me. If Archie Gray was Tottenham's best player last night on that pitch with those players in that situation, then we are bollocks, mate. We're not just going Championship, we're going League One. That's just me again, though, Wayne. That's just me, mate. I just thought they were all shit, mate. I thought they were all rubbish. I commentated on the game. I watched the game. He was okay, Wayne, but he's okay, good enough. But he was Spurs' best player last night. I don't disagree with you, Wayne. I don't disagree. Digital Anarchy's in. Big up to you, Leo. He says, sack Tudor. Here's a different one. Alfie says, I actually think the club should hire Ange because all the players would do anything to get out near Ange's torture. Don't know why, though, because he's just as crap as Frank in the league. Yeah. There you go, mate. Anthony's in. Big up to you, Anthony. Big up quickly. I'm devastated about Spurs going down. I don't think anyone can save us. These owners have destroyed our beautiful football club. Mate, they have. They have, Anthony. It is. There we go. We're led by a bunch of donkeys. They don't care. They have less of a clue on anything football. And then he comes in. Apologies to donkeys. Absolutely. Yes, Kate, they do. Big up to you, Kate. Sorry if I don't click on everyone's single comment. Tottenham Trev's in. Good morning, mate. Here we are again. We are where we are. We are where we are, mate. Danny, again, if you want to get on, if you can get hold of the sheriff, if you can get his phone to ring, then and he answers it, he'll be able to give you the details, mate. I really haven't got a Scooby. I can't do it while I'm like this unless he's given me the link, and he hasn't given me the link. Because we don't normally have people on in the morning, you see. Big up to you, though, Dan. I hope you're well, mate. But again, if you can get hold of it and you can get in, I'll let you in, mate, and we'll talk. There you go. Beautifully put by Joe. The players' performances and the manager's performances are the symptoms. ENIC is the disease. Correct. Absolutely correct. Do people need to feel a part of something? Tribal mentality? Or is that mentally? Sorry, mentally. Anthony says, Arsenal 4-1, Fulham 2-1, Palace 3-1. Embarrassing. He did. Trev, he did. I'm not saying he didn't. Let's just say for me, he had a fair game, yeah? And he stood up in front of everyone else that was in the Tottenham team, which is fine, right? So Archie Gray, for me, was okay. Like someone put earlier in the chat, he was trying to do his job. I get it, right? I get it, right? But for me last night, the others were so bad. That's why he stood out a little bit. But for me, he was still only a 5. You probably say, oh, no, he was an 8. No, he weren't. He weren't an 8. He wasn't an 8. You've got to understand how bad the rest of them were. He tried, yeah. He tried. 5.5. 6 at a push. The others are 2s and 3s. It's still look, listen, like I say, if that's the level, then that's the level, right? But it's not my level. It's not where I'm at with it. Yep, he tried. Yep, he was okay. best of a very bad bunch for me, without me going in. I'll leave that one there. I'll leave that one there. Ed M's in. Big up to you, Ed M. He says, we had under 10 minutes to hold on to 1-0 with 10 men and just capitulated. Total heads gone. Yep, they did. Nigel's in. Morning, Cookie and Chat. Sorry, no show. Had a crazy morning. We're in so much trouble. Don't know where we win a game after last night. Yep. There you go, Trev. Listen, Trev, you know, mate, we do our best. We do our best. Well, we can only talk about what we see. Everyone's opinions are different, and that's why we can talk about it on here. A lot of people may think the same way. We're all looking at the same thing. We're all looking at the same stuff. Right, be nice in the chat. Be nice, please. It's football. It's football. Right? Whether it's our first child, our second child, our third child, our fifth child, it's football. We can't change what's going on out there. We can only talk about it. It's football, people. All right? It's not no people falling out with each other. We're just talking football. Joe's in. Hang on, we'll go to this one from Pete first. The truth of the matter is, no team has a divine right to stay in the top league. Last season, should have set the alarm bells ringing. It didn't. If Spurs go down, it will be a wake-up call for a lot. There you go. There you go, Pete. It looks like it's happening, mate. Joe's in. The team reminds me of those junior football round robin games from years ago, and the players left over that nobody wanted to pick up in the tournament, so they all got lumped into a team. What a great way of putting it. What a great way of putting it. And on top of that, Joe, the majority don't give a toss. They don't give a toss. You can see it, mate. You can see it. Morning to Colin. Are you well, Colin? He's not happy, Colin. Do you know what I mean? He's not happy at all. I don't want to speak for him, mate. He can do that for himself. We're both not happy. Just the same as everyone. He's beaten up and he just feels like it ain't his Spurs no more, mate. Like a lot of people feel, like a lot of people feel, Colin. And he's just frustrated. He knows and he feels like ENIC ain't going anywhere. Which they're not. They're just destroying us, aren't they? For whatever reason. Again, the dilution of football, the phasing out of football. 10 to 15 years, there will not be Tottenham Hotspur playing in that stadium. Unless we took over. If ENIC are still here for however long, we'll get diluted that much, especially if we get relegated this season. And we'll end up being a team that can't even half fill a 60,000 seat stadium. We'll end up building a ground somewhere else where they can get planning permission. That's what'll end up happening. We'll be phased out of that ground, or we'll rent it. The football can be the stadium can be a totally different entity as far as the ownership's concerned, if you understand what I mean. Big up to you, Colin. Big up, mate. He's all right, though, Colin. We'll talk about it. He's at work. I haven't spoke to him, but we'll speak. Joey says, square pegs, round holes. Yeah, can't blame the managers, though. Every manager has had their hands tied behind Enoch, but some managers have just been god-awful. And that's it. Everyone's not everyone's not for certain people, Joe. Or so I'm willing to give, listen, we don't pick the managers, they do. So, regardless of who it is, I'll always give them a chance. It might not have been the choice that I would have made, but you always give them a chance. Daniela says, sorry, it's unfair to blame one person, but last night has to go down to Van der Ven and the red card. We're competing up to then you fell apart, but after half time, you got it together again.
How you doing, Cookie?
Big up, Dan. How are you, mate? Sorry about that, mate.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah. It's good. It's all good.
All right, mate.
How are you, mate?
I'm all right, mate. I think I'm just the same as everyone else, mate. A bit downtrodden, even though, I was expecting it. I'm not trying to be a clapper or anything, Dan. I'm just looking for options. As a fan, not as a YouTuber, as a fan.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like I said, Dan, I don't know what you think, but 27 points. Yeah, the players are shit. We've got no doubt about it. Yeah, a load of them have down tools. Do you know what I mean? But for me, with 27 points still to play for, as a fan, I'm looking at it going, look, Igor, that they've brought you in. You didn't understand what was going on here. You had no idea, right? They've dropped you in the middle. No, you're trying to do what you think, but and I mean, we're looking at it and going, Jesus, what's he doing here? Do you know what I mean? But I think they've dropped him in and he's thought, shit, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
He's thinking, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. So for me, Danny, I'm like 27 points left. Yeah, we're 99% for me because the players have give up, Dan.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm like, just get Harry in. Just get him in. As a fan, there's 27 points to play for. Just let him do his best. And if he can find that something, that's fine. I don't expect him to. But if someone can, he can, because he gets Tottenham. And get some other Tottenham people in there with him, Dan. You know what I mean? And that's where I am with it, mate. I don't know what you think, mate. And tell us what you thought about. Just give us your rundown. Have 10 minutes, Dan. Go on, mate.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, like yesterday, I actually fell asleep towards the end of the game. I think it was the last 20 minutes of the game, mate. I fell asleep, woke up about, what was it? It must have been at my time, 11:30, and I was like, it's about half an hour after the game finished.
Yeah.
And then I just went back to sleep, mate. It was just kind of like that. I really didn't really care about it because for me, I think what did it for me yesterday was Van der Ven. For me, I'm actually done with him as well now. Like, I'm actually done with him. I couldn't care less if he goes. Like, he was one of the few players where I thought I actually wanted him to stay because I think that he's a good player. I don't think he's a world-class player. I think he's a good player. And I think you need to have some kind of solid players in your team. But the last month and a half, the guy has looked like a fucking petulant little child crying in the playground that he hasn't got what he wanted. Like, that's what he looks like. And a lot of the Spurs players look like that. Romero's look like that. I mean, these are professional footballers playing for a club like Tottenham Hotspur. And the one thing that they don't have is care for the badge or the crest that they have on their chest. So, which for me is the worst thing you can be like if you're a professional footballer. I couldn't care less if you don't like football, you're only just doing it for a job. But we've had players in the past who just did it for the job because of the money, but they never down tools or gave us crap performances. And I'll give you an example. Remember Asu Okotu? He didn't want to play football for the fun of football. He played it because of the money. But at least the guy gave effort, and I actually really liked Okotu. I think it was great. Yeah. We need a player like that right now, to be honest. And when you've got these players like crying like little babies, right? To me, I hope Van der Ven gets sold, and I hope Romero gets sold, right? And I hope in their first game they break their leg and they're out for the season. Like, that's what I hope. I've never ever wished that upon players, right? But that's how angry I was last night because of how Van der Ven acted. I mean, we go a goal up for the first time since I think was it Burnley at home in the first day of the season.
It is a long time ago, mate.
Yeah, it
A
was. It
long
was.
time.
I think it was the. I think it was the Burnley game in the first game of the season. It's the first time we've gone 1-0 up, and you could see how much it meant to the fans because you could hear how much they were cheering when they scored that goal. Right, when we scored that goal after we got lit off by a nose from being offside. Right,
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
or the
yeah.
guy's forehead or whatever it was, and then we score that goal, and you're thinking, do you know what? Tonight actually might be the night we finally get the 3 points we really fucking need. And then it just capitulates. And then Van der Ven gets that red card. I mean, what was he doing to pull the play? He literally pulled the guy's arm and lucky threw him to the floor. Like you're the
Yeah.
last of, and the ball was going to the keeper. Like the guy, he miscontrolled it because I think the ball came off Sar's knee, right? And he wasn't going to get the ball, and he threw him to the floor as the last defender. I mean, what is going through your mind? Clearly, not a lot, right? To do that when you're in the situation that we're in right now, to then go and get a red card and completely fuck up the game for us. Because as soon as that red card went, right, I knew this team was going to capitulate. I knew it. I think most of us did because this team does not have the balls, right, and the mentality to weather a storm or to try and play out a game when we're 10 men down. And I know they have played better this season sometimes when they've had 10 men, but at the moment we're in right now, I could not see us coming back from being 10 men down. And then for them to score the penalty, it was just like how you just kind of felt like how many are they going to score tonight?
Yeah.
And then they scored another one, and then they scored another one. You're like you're 3-1 down before half time. You're like this, and then the second half, I thought it was going to be like I thought it was going to be an annihilation. I thought we were going to lose another by 6-1 or something like this. And yeah, I just like you said, Cookie. These players, they don't care about this club. Me personally, now I know most people won't agree with me, and I think nearly all people don't. I still think Thomas Frank would not have got us relegated personally. I still saw something there, right? More than what I'm seeing under Tudor. Under Tudor, they've checked out even more. Like they've genuinely checked out even more, and I think they were already checked out, some of them. But what I saw under Frank was that sometimes the players would give a little bit more of a performance, but now they're not giving nothing, like absolutely nothing.
No, they're not.
Like before, you might see it in like patches in games of Frank, right? You'd never see a full game of 90 minutes where he played well. I think we did that twice all the season, and one of them was against Brentford, and one of them was against I can't remember who the other team was in the Premier League anyway.
Yeah.
But when you look at everything that's going on, like for me personally, I just think Thomas Frank was hard done by, and I think people still need to remember that this club went into the summer. Into the season without replacing Son, right? And we got to remember as well that the players that were brought in were not additions to the squad. They were replacements for the players that were injured, right? So, like for example, we got Madison injured, so we went and brought in Xavi Simons. We got we lost Son on the left wing. And we had Kulusevski already injured, so we go and bring in a right winger, but we don't bring in a left winger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We then in the January window, the only player we signed to actually add to the squad than what we didn't have already was Paulinho, because we didn't have a defensive midfielder. He's the only player, and the worst thing is that he's not even a Tottenham signing. He's a loan player, right? So, and then on top of that, you go into the January window. We've lost Bentancur and so many more players to injuries. I think we had like 7 more injuries in January, and you sell another striker. As much as I didn't want Brennan, I wanted Brennan Johnson to go, right? But I genuinely thought that they were going to bring in someone. Like, why would you, like logically, why would you sell an attacker as much as he might not be good enough for Spurs? Why would you sell another attacker when you're already in the midst of an injury crisis and the situation you're in and not replace them? I thought that they would replace him, right, with someone, but they didn't. and then they went and brought in Conor Gallagher, who replaced Bentancur, right? And it's like the logic that you see from this club at the moment is non-existent. There's no logic, there's no rationale, there's no nothing, there's no structure, there's no planning, there's no. It's like they're winging it. It's like they're genuinely winging it. It's like, what do we do here? And then Lange coming out as well and saying that we couldn't find anyone to bring into the squad that improves us. I mean, is he having a fucking laugh? Like, is he on crack or something? Like, genuinely, what is he watching to think that there's no players out there that can't improve us? Has he seen how bad we are? Like, are they actually watching how bad these players are? And I think there's also an arrogance, not just from the players at Spurs. I think there's an arrogance from the club itself, and I think that also stemmed from Daniel Levy, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, when Levy would not go for players or not sign other players or not try to sell the players. Like, for example, like Richarlison, I think 1 or 2 seasons ago, they tried to sell him and they couldn't get what Daniel Levy wanted for him when he was nowhere near worth what Daniel wanted for him, right? What Levy wanted for him.
Yeah.
And it's like these kind of things. It's like that this culture has been set where the players and everything is better than what it is. But when you actually like look deep into it, they're nowhere near the level that is required for the Premier League nowadays. And when you look at our midfield, like the midfield that started yesterday, you'd say 17 teams in the Premier League probably have better central midfield partnership than we do. And then people wonder why we're in the situation we're in. It's like, and to top it off, the only player that tried last night was the youngest player apart from, I don't know actually who's younger, Archie Gray or Sousa. I actually don't know who's younger.
Yeah, whichever. Yeah.
But one of the youngest players in our squad is the only one that actually tried to do anything. And albeit he still wasn't, and I know some people said, oh, he had a good game. I mean, let's be honest, he didn't, right? No one did. But he was the only one who tried to do something yesterday. He was the only one who was trying. That says everything. You've got the young kid who's the youngest in that team, who's the only one who's actually trying to fight for some things. And it's just a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace.
Danny, I can't disagree with anything you've said, mate. To be honest with you, listen, it's an absolute shit show.
It is.
To be quite fair,
it is.
And you know, you've probably heard me this morning. I'm clutching at straws a little bit, Dan. I'm sure you understand, you know, where I'm coming from with it as a fan. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
We all look for something, even when it's that bad, Danny, don't we?
Yeah.
We have things spinning. What can we do now? What can we do to get out of this? You know, and again, I said earlier on, listen, you know, there's Still and others that have got their opinion. That, do you know what? Let it crash, go down. Hopefully, then Enoch will do something about it, or they'll sell, or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm just one of them, Danny, that I just don't want to see Spurs go down.
I don't either.
And it may be, well, Danny, we could be here in a year's time, and there's different owners in here. We've gone down, we have recovered. Someone's come in, put some money into the club. We've got the right players to get us out of the Championship, and they're going to invest when we come back up again. That could happen. Don't get me wrong. It could happen. Yeah, and if it did, great, right? And I'd have to sit here and say, look, do you know what? What I wanted, it's worked out to be wrong. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but do you know what my fear is, Cookie? My fear is that if we do go down, right, the amount of players that are not going to want to stick around purely because we're going to have to sell because we don't have the funds for it, or the other issue you've got is that not only we won't have the funds to keep these players because we're going to have to get rid of a lot of players, but all the players we probably want to keep are the ones that are going to want to go, and we're going to be left with all the shit. And the only players that you might think that might stay is like players like Archie Gray, players like maybe Bergvall. I mean, you already heard Plettenberg yesterday say that Vuskovic is being inquired by Barcelona.
Yeah.
I mean, if Spurs if they had anything fucking, if they had any brain cells, right? What they would do is is loan out Vuskovic next season if we go down, right, to someone.
Yeah.
And then you could say to him like a gentleman's agreement. You say, look, if we don't come back up in the Premier League, because he's going to be the main star when if we go down and come back up in 1 year, right? If we don't do that, then you're free to go to whoever you want to go to, sort of thing. That's what I would do as a someone who's thinking for the future. But knowing this board, knowing the way they run this club, they probably will do the complete opposite. And that's what frightens me, is this club have got no clue what they're doing. And for me, Cookie, if Lange and Vinay are not sacked in the summertime, then I have got no hope of us coming back up straight away. And this is my fear, because I know Stel is on this I know he's saying it as this delegation thing that he's got going, right? But in my opinion, right, I get where he's coming from, but he's of the opinion that it's going to take that for the club to change. My opinion is they won't change even if we go down like that. They will not. I've got no hope, no evidence to show me that this club are going to change if they get relegated. And that's the fear for me.
It's a massive fear, mate, isn't it, Danny? And this is what bothers me, mate, as well. And like I say, I get where Stell and the gang are coming from. I do understand what he's saying. It's just not for me. Yeah. Right. But just because it's not for me, it don't mean that in the grander scheme of things, Danny, that if that was to happen, that things wouldn't turn out like Stell has said. Yep. My problem is now, I get all that, Danny, but again, there's 9 games left. Yep. Right. What is where are you with it as we stand at 11:03 now on Friday morning? What do you, if anything, want to see happen at Tottenham?
What I would like to see right now is Tudor sacked, because I didn't want him in the first place. I've been so open about why I believed Frank, as much as I don't think Frank was the right fit for Spurs, and as much as I don't think he's good enough for Tottenham, I still will always hold this belief that he would not have taken us, he would not get us relegated. And I think by hook or by hook, we would have got out of this. But with Tudor, I said to fans, I said to people that, for me, if we bring in an interim manager, especially one like him who's not managing the Premier League, my fear was that it was going to get worse. And to me, it's after 3 games, it looks worse. It looks worse. So, for me, if we're going to lose to Liverpool anyway, so my issue is that you bring in an interim manager to give you instant results, right? And he's talking like he has to build something, as if he's got time to develop his tactics. And every game he's played players out of position, right? Even worse than what Frank was doing. He's played completely different formations. He played a fucking 4-4-2. Who plays 4-4-2 anymore, right? He played a 4-4-2 against Fulham. That didn't work. He did a formation again yesterday. It didn't work. And it's just like everything that he's doing doesn't work. And it's like he's, and the comments he made after the game about a boat, the boat's going in the right direction and he sees more than he has seen.
I know, yeah.
It's like he's trying to save his job. And it's like, is this guy for real? Like, for me, I think he needs to be sacked. And the only thing I'd accept at this point is bringing in someone like Harry Redknapp, because I think these players need their hand held. They need to be given a kiss on the cheek by the manager, right? Then he say, they're little one. You'll do well. Like the little children who need guidance in life, right? Yeah. That's what our players are like. They're like little. They reminded me last night, Cookie, of school children playing football for the first time in their school playground. That's what it reminded me of. Like some of the things I was seeing, like Sarr and some of the players on our team doing, like not passing the ball properly or miscontrolling it. It's like, and then there were so many times where the defenders just kept giving the ball back to each other, and you're like, because none of them want the football. This is how bad it is. Like I've seen Sunday League, and I've seen young school kids play better football than that. Like I've got family that can play better football than that, and they're like young. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, it's just disgraceful. It's
It is.
disgraceful.
It is. There's at the end of the day, there's no excuse for players checking out for me.
No.
You know what I mean? And I think it's wrong. And I think it's something that's, I don't know, Danny. I don't know how you try and get it back in. For me, you know, again, I know football's changed. You know, when I was a kid, you know, you had players playing for the badge, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't see that at all at Tottenham. I just don't see it. And you know, I hate to say it, and I know there's other problems at Tottenham going on as well as what's going on the pitch. But I think now it's all coming to even the people that couldn't see it, Danny.
Yep.
It's almost of a gargantuan, massive problem now. You know, that's the club's just broken,
Yep.
and you know, Enoch have just got to go, Danny. You know, as far as the football fan are concerned, Enoch have got to go, and we've got to get some people in who can, you know, put football people in charge, get rid of the people that don't want to be at Spurs, and start again with people that do want to wear the shirt, mate.
That's my problem, Cookie. Like, I don't think we're going to do that. And
that's
my
mate.
issue.
I know.
That's what I'm worried about.
It really is bothering, mate. At the end of the day, Dan. Look, I'll tell you what, Dan. I'll speak to Mark, and we're going to do a show tonight because I'm sure there'll be a few people want to come on.
No worries,
we'll
mate.
try and find a gap later on, like we normally do, and we'll jump on later. I've got bits that I've got to do. You know, allotment wise and all that, Dan. You know how it is.
I know how it is.
So listen, Danny, thanks very much for coming on. I appreciate it. Listen, everyone in the chat, just want to say big up to the Sporting Journey for becoming a member. Big up to you. Appreciate it. And Swifty sent me a little super chat. DK wants to come on, mate. I was that far behind. But there you go. That'll be the end of the show today. We'll finish up this morning with that. And big up to Danny for coming on. Big up to everyone in the chat. All good stuff today. Listen, nearly 120 of you in here at one point today. So it's been really good stuff. We'll catch up later on and we'll sort something out for this evening. Big up, Danny. Big up to the chat. And we'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. And bye-bye. Cookie and the share.